What's happening, party people? Welcome to week 9 of Mastering Facebook Ads. On this week's training, we're going to go over building a predictable Facebook ad system. So we're going to go through the ins and outs, each step, why they're important, so we can really maximize on this thing. Now, what we're going to cover, we're going to learn how to create that Facebook ad system from start to finish so we get consistent leads coming in so you can continue to grow and scale your insurance business. We want to make sure that you can stop relying on referrals and start generating predictable leads and sales in your business. Nothing worse than chasing family and friends. I tell you, man. Now, while you're going through this, if you have any questions or anything like that, write those down and you can either comment on YouTube or you can comment in the Facebook group, and I'll be sure to answer those questions for you. All right. Now, the main thing why this is so important, because there's going to be no more guessing when it comes to how you get your next client. We want to make sure that's predictable and consistent. And also, when it comes to scaling your business, it helps you be more confident. So you know that you can start recruiting and building teams and systems because you know you have predictable sales coming into the business. And lastly, spend less time chasing leads and let them come to you. I know a lot of you guys will love that. All right, cool. So there's 3 main components when it comes to this predictable system, and I'm actually going to show you a live example here in just a bit. First is going to be traffic. So make sure we're bringing the right audience through the Facebook ads. Second is going to be lead capture, converting those visitors into leads using your funnels and or lead forms. And lastly is follow-up. This is going to help us nurture and close these leads with automation. So all the follow-up isn't on your shoulders. Now, step 1, this is going to be targeting the right audience on Facebook. Now, there's a couple different ways you can do this. One, you can use a custom audience. Custom audience just simply means you can build a list you can use an email list, of people that you've already helped. So if you help some people, you can use that email list. Or if you have a list of leads that you purchased, you can use that as well. Or you can retarget people who've engaged with your ads or your website. And those there'll be an audience you can actually build on Facebook. Next, going to be lookalike audience. So you can create lookalike audiences based off a list that you have, whether it's people who've engaged with your lead form, your email list, or engaged with your website. That's also another key one. So you can build a lookalike audience, so people who are similar to those specific prospects. Then lastly, target-based. You can target interests, behaviors, demographics. So these are some combinations you can use so you can get in front of different people when it comes to running your ads. All right, step 2, creating a high converting Facebook ad. So you want to make sure that your headline grabs attention. It gets people to stop scrolling. You want to use a compelling image or video so that it connects with the people. Excuse me. So it connects with the people. Now you can do this on Canva. You can go on Fiverr, create you something. Do not use YouTube or do not use any of these same ads that everybody else is using online. Get creative. It'll cost you 10, 15 bucks, if that. Just do it. All right, have a clear call to action. Tell people exactly what you want them to do. And lastly, have an emotional hook. Speak to the biggest pain points that your prospects are going to face when it comes to using your system. Using your service. So what problems can your service solve? That's really important. Step 3, building a lead capture funnel and or lead form, tongue twister. You can use a landing page or lead form instead of a website, because a website is going to make you waste a lot of money. It's confusing. It has too many links. We want to make sure that everything is congruent, straight to the point. Use a lead form or landing page. You can offer a lead magnet, free guide, training, quote. So rather than approaching your lead gen like everybody else with direct response, like, hey, get a quote, you can provide value. You can give them a free guide, give them a training, give them something they can use and digest. And it does 2 things. 1, it provides value to the person, and also 2, tells you that they're interested. So that's gonna you can kind of get 2 birds in 1 stone. And then lastly, capture the lead's information for the opt-in form for follow-up. Now, when you're giving them the training, the guide, anything like that, make sure that they're going to a form and they're punching in their details just as they would for any other lead. And by giving their information, they get access to the training. It's very important. All right. Step 4 is going to be automating your lead follow-up for more conversions. So you want to set up an automated email, text message, and or voicemail drop sequence. And this will help take a lot of the follow-up out of your hands, and you can automate that process. You can use retargeting for those who don't convert immediately. So you can actually market to people who've engaged with your ad or haven't scheduled with you yet, and you can re-engage them for like pennies on a dollar and get them back on the calendar. Very, very cool. We did a training on this a couple weeks ago on how to actually retarget people. And then lastly, engage lead with Facebook Messenger bot. I don't do this too often, but it is a process you can't implement because with Facebook Messenger bot, it adds an extra touch point. So you got their phone number, their email, and their messenger. So you can actually DM them, which is just like sending a text message. So if you do go the messenger route, that could add some additional value for sure. All right. Lastly, step 5 is tracking and optimization. So you want to make sure that you're tracking every component of this process so you know exactly what you need to do and make decisions based off of that data. So you need a Facebook pixel. You get that from Facebook. You put the pixel on your website, your lead form, your booking page, put it everywhere you're driving traffic, and just track the people and what movements that they do. And we can actually use that for retargeting. Now you want to monitor your CPL as well, which is your cost per lead, to make sure that we're not going too high. We want to make sure that we can stay on top of that because if it's going up, that means something isn't working, either ad fatigue or maybe you need to switch something up. And lastly, split testing to find the highest converting versions. There's always room for improvement. So even if you are getting leads in for $6, $7, you possibly can get it down just by simply switching the headlines, switching the image. There's a lot of different combinations you can utilize to help drive your cost per lead down. All right. Now, mistakes I want you all to avoid. Targeting too broad. So you want to make sure that you're targeting people who fit your demographic when it comes to age and location. And you don't want to target people too narrow. So you don't want to get too hyper focused. And a rule of thumb with the narrow portion is make sure that the audience size is at least 100,000. And that'll put us in a good spot. That'll make sure that we can have a consistent lead flow so your campaign performs out of the gate. Sending traffic to a slow or confusing landing page or lead form, make sure that your lead form is straightforward. Tell them exactly what they get, why they're opting in, and what they need to do after they opt in. Don't add anything else. Keep it really, really simple because we don't want them to get distracted. We want them just to go in, punch in their details so you can call that lead. All right, next is going to be not having a clear call to action. This is going to really make or break your campaign. So make sure that you tell the prospect exactly what you want them to do. People want you to tell them what to do. So when they go through the ad, you say, hey, click the learn more button below, find out what next steps looks like, lay it out specifically. And this just helps you convert a lot more of those people. And then lastly, ignoring follow-up sequences. Mostly you don't convert on the first go round. So use your follow-up system to help convert those leads. And when they respond, just call them. If they respond to the message, call them, start that conversation, and take it from there. Because a lot of the leads are going to convert on the back end. Sweet. Now, here's the fun part. I'm take a quick sip of my coffee. Excuse me. Now we're going to go through a live breakdown. I'm going to show you a couple examples here real quick so you can see what it looks like in real time from start to finish. All right, give me a sec. I'm going to share my screen and we are going to get going. All right, let's see what we got. All right, switch to share. Oh, yeah. We are here. All right, perfect. So this is ad manager. So we're gonna start with the Facebook portion. We'll go through the lead capture, and then we'll go through the automation. Now, the first thing is the ad itself. So you want to make sure, let me see, can I expand? Yep, I can't expand this. I want to make sure that the ad is precise. It calls out specifically who we're targeting. You have an image that's compelling, that draws attention, and a straightforward call to action. So if you look here, we're hitting all those boxes. So we're calling out people looking for final expense. The image mentions final expense. It's in red, yellow. We have the background's blue. Then we have a really good headline. Stop everybody 50 to 75 must do this. This works very, very well. This is actually an active ad that we're running at the moment. So this one works really well. Now, once they see this ad, they're going to click learn more. If you look here, look at the bottom here where it says find out how to qualify, click the learn more button below. This is that precise call to action I mentioned earlier. Make sure you tell the prospect exactly what you want them to do. Now, once they click the learn more button, they're going to be taken to the form. We're going to ask them a couple questions. Once they answer those questions, we're going to take them to this page here. And this page here is where we're going to get them to schedule with you. So this is the page that you'll put your pixel on. Hint, hint. So, of course, your headshot will be here, your name, your producer number, then your calendar will be here as well. So you want to give them an option to go ahead and book with you right here on the spot. So I recommend not letting them schedule more than 72 hours out, because anything after that, they're going to just fall off and forget. So if they pick a time, we'll go in here, we'll select the date, they punch in their details, they'll book an appointment. Easy peasy. So this is the second step of the process. Now the last part is going to be the automation. Now the automation is going to do a couple things. Now this sequence here is going to reach out to people who have not booked you yet. There's a different sequence that's going to go out for people who schedule. But these are for people who have not scheduled. So what's going to happen? Once they go in, we're going to set a period for them to wait. We're going to wait 1 minute. We're going to make sure that the message goes out between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. We don't want to text people at midnight. Sometimes leads do come at that time. It's like that sometimes. But we set a wait period so that it goes out between these two times. Now, once that happens, we're going to go to the text message. Now, the text message is going to thank them for submitting the information on Facebook. Ask them would be a good time to hop on a call. Hi, this is contact name. Hi, contact name is user from company name. Thank you for submitting your information on Facebook. Getting help with final expense. Let's schedule a quick call. Let's schedule a quick call to get the best quote. Click here. Your calendar will go here. Excited to chat with you soon. We follow the same steps inside the text messages. Acknowledge who we're talking to. We let them know where we're from. Call to action. Let's schedule a quick call. And then we continue this process for 45 days. So we have a few different sequences that go out. We won't have time to go through each and every message, but you can kind of see what I mean. You can build this out as long as you want, for a year, 2 years, 3 years if you want to. But these text messages are going to go out to each and every lead who haven't scheduled yet to get them back to that booking calendar. So we can get them on there. You can do what you do best. All right, let's maneuver back to the slides. All right, where are we? Here we go. All right, we're back to the slides. Perfect. So that's a live example of how to set up the proper Facebook ad system. Now, we have trainings that we've done in the past where kind of breaks down each step individually. So if you have questions about that, feel free to check those out, or you can reach out to me directly. Just comment on the video, tag me, and I'll definitely be able to answer any questions you have. All right, next steps. Step 1, create your Facebook ads using the formula I went through today. Compelling call to action. You want to have headlines that draws attention. You want to have an image that resonates with the prospect. You want to set up a landing page to capture the leads. Make sure that the landing page is simple, precise, and it does exactly what you want it to do. And lastly, set up an automation follow-up with email and text messages so we can convert those leads on the back end. So just like I just showed you a second ago, have a sequence of text messages, emails that goes out to them so we can get them back to the calendar if they have not booked you guys yet. All right, perfect. So it kind of wraps it all up for this week. The next training is going to be maximizing ROI, scaling Facebook ads without wasting money. This is a very, very good one. And we're going to show you how to spend more without wasting any dollar. Because I know some ads perform at the gate. Now we want to bump things up. So we want to make sure we have a solid process for that. So be sure to check that one out. Now, if you want to reach out to me directly, there's a couple different ways you can do it. One, you can join our Facebook group, which is Break Free Agent. So you can check that out. Or if you want to send me a message directly, it's Christopher T. Kennedy. You can send me a DM. I'll be sure to answer any questions that you have. Or if you just want to see what we're all about, what we've done, you can go to our website, bfamastermind.com/home_page. So that'll be our website. And then lastly is my calendar. So if you're bold and you're like, hey, Chris, I want to talk. I want to see how you can help me out. Feel free to hop on the calendar and I'll be able to help you out any way that you need to. So yeah, thank you all so much for hopping on this live. Like I said, if you have any questions where you're going through this, feel free to comment if you're watching this on YouTube, or comment if you're in the Facebook group, and I'll definitely see what I can do. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Bye-bye.